Hi, second grade. Chef Douglas here for you today. We're going to cook up a good story. And I have some friends here to help me cook today. I have Chef Arnsdorf and Chef Lister. Thanks for joining me today, ladies.
You're welcome.
All right, first of all, I want to talk about how we cook or bake cookies. How do we bake chocolate chip cookies? What kind of things would we need to put in our bowl?
Well, I think we probably need a little bit of flour, maybe.
Okay, so we could dump some flour in that bowl.
What about eggs?
Absolutely. Can't forget the chocolate chips. And put those in there too.
I kind of like butter. I like the butter in mine.
Butter makes it good. So, all right, Mrs. Arnsdorf, just mix up our chocolate chip cookies.
What if we would have forgot to put in the chocolate chip cookies, second graders? Would it be a chocolate chip cookie then?
Nope. And it wouldn't
Not
taste
a very good
good.
one.
No, it wouldn't taste very good. So the chocolate chip cookies are really important to the cookie, right? The chocolate chips?
Yeah. Actually, everything that we put in there is important for the cookie to turn out right.
Right. Kind of like in a story?
That's what I was thinking. So now let's cook up a good story. So what would we need to put in a good story?
I think some characters.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna go grab that ingredient.
And you know, we put characters in our story so we know who our story is about.
I'm gonna put that in your bowl. There's our first ingredient for our story. What else do we need, Chef Douglas?
Definitely we need a setting
What is the setting again?
where our story would take place. So,
And
Like-
sometimes it's even when, right?
yeah.
Like maybe our story is taking place at the park, but it's at nighttime. Because that wind could totally change the story.
Or like at a farm in the morning.
Yeah, that's a setting exactly. So we've got two things in there. Now, is that our whole story?
Characters and setting?
Bob was at the park. Is that a story?
That's not a story.
I think we're missing some ingredients.
I think we are too. Let me go check out my ingredients over here and see what I can find. I found beginning. Does the beginning go in a story?
Well, I mean, we need a beginning, right?
I think so.
We need to start someplace, and a beginning's the best place to start.
I know. If we have a beginning, we're going to have a middle.
Oh, beginning and then the middle. I don't think it's done yet, so we probably have an ending.
Definitely put those in there.
So we've got three major parts to our story: a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah,
Okay?
but second graders, it's not just a beginning, middle, end, and you can't just have just a few sentences in a story, right? Chefs? You have to have some things in your beginning and in your middle and in your ending.
To make it interesting,
Yes.
to make you want to keep reading the story.
Right, you don't want to get bored, second graders.
What do we have over here?
Well, I'm trying to think. Sometimes in a story, there's something that goes wrong.
Like a problem.
A problem.
A problem.
Oh, and that's
A
one of our
problem.
ingredients. We
Yep.
better put that in
Put
there.
that in the bowl. And
Sometimes in a story, something goes wrong, and that's called a problem, or you may even hear it called a conflict sometimes.
Yep.
And that's really important to the story, because that could change the whole story if there's
You
a
know,
problem in it.
and that really makes the story interesting to me, because I think, oh no, what are they going to do? Or what's
Right.
going to happen now?
Right, and well, then something has to happen with the problem.
right. We have to have a solution. It has to get fixed, right?
Oh, yeah. And sometimes they don't fix that problem until the very end of the story or in the ending. And so when you hear that word solution, second graders, that just means they're solving the problem. Whatever went wrong in the story, it's now getting fixed.
Very good. And you know what? I think as you're reading the story, it's really important to also just kind of sprinkle in some details. So a really good story also has details in it too.
Now, when you mix all those things up,
I'm mixing.
and you're just cooking away with a good story, all those things are going to come out as just not a story, but a really good story. A good story has all of those. When you read, you're going to find all those things. When you write, you want to put all those things in there, right, chefs?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks for cooking up a good story with us today.
We made a
fun.
great
Second graders,
story.
I hope that when you read a story now, that you can find all the ingredients in a story that makes it a good story, not just a plain story.
I can hardly wait to take a bite out of this story.